Imagine two students walk into a classroom on the first day of school. They sit in the same seat. They give the same answers. They make the same mistakes. The only difference? One of them is conventionally attractive. The other, not so much. By the end of the semester, one of them is more likely to get better grades, more encouragement, and more second chances. Not because they're smarter, but because of how they look. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's psychology, and it's called the halo effect. Welcome back to Cinema&Psyche, where we explore psychology through stories, culture, and film. In today's video, we're talking about the psychology of pretty privilege, how appearance can shape perception, opportunity, and behavior. Let's get into it. Multiple studies in psychology and education have shown that teachers, often without realizing it, tend to rate good-looking students as more intelligent, more motivated, and more capable. In classic research on attractiveness bias, teachers were more likely to assume attractive students had higher IQs, give them more positive feedback, be more patient when they made mistakes, even when the students performed exactly the same as others. Same answers, same behavior, same effort, but the brain quietly fills in the blanks. They look put together, so they must be capable. That's the halo effect in action. In psychology, pretty privilege is a pattern researchers observe. People who are perceived as more physically attractive often receive unearned advantages in social, academic, and professional settings. Scientists usually talk about this using concepts like cognitive bias, social perception, and evolutionary psychology. The halo effect shows up in courtrooms too. Multiple psychological and legal studies have found that physically attractive people are more likely to receive lighter sentences than less attractive people for the same crimes. Same charge, same evidence, same background, different face. Researchers have shown that attractive defendants are more likely to be seen as less dangerous, more trustworthy, more capable of rehabilitation. In some studies, jurors were more likely to believe that an attractive defendant made a mistake, while an unattractive one was judged as having a bad character. In other words, attractive criminals are more often seen as unlucky. Unattractive criminals are more often seen as evil, and this happens even when judges and jurors believe they're being objective. Psychologists explain this by saying our brains confuse appearance with morality. If someone looks good, our brain assumes they're probably not that bad. They didn't mean it. They deserve another chance. This is the halo effect mixed with what researchers call attractiveness bias. And no, this doesn't mean attractive people commit more crimes. It means when they do, they are often judged less harshly. What is the halo effect? The halo effect was first identified by psychologist Edward Thorndike in the early 1900s. He discovered that when we notice one positive trait, like attractiveness, we unconsciously assume other positive traits must be there too. Intelligence, kindness, honesty, competence. One good quality casts a halo over everything else. And here's where it gets even deeper. This bias starts early. Think about the cartoons and movies we grew up watching. Who are the villains? They're often designed with exaggerated facial features, bigger noses, darker colors, asymmetry, unpleasant expressions. Now, think about the heroes. Symmetrical faces, clear skin, big eyes, soft lighting. Take Cinderella. The stepsisters are drawn as clumsy, loud, and unattractive, while Cinderella is gentle, slim, and beautiful. Before they even speak, we already know who we're supposed to like. Psychologists have found that children as young as 3 years old already associate attractive faces with good, unattractive faces with bad. Not because they're born that way, but because they were taught by stories, movies, and media. The halo effect doesn't just affect movies, it affects who gets hired, who gets believed, who gets forgiven, and the most dangerous part. Most of the time, we don't even realize we're doing it. So the next time you think someone seems more capable, more trustworthy, or more intelligent, pause. Ask yourself, what am I actually judging? Their ability or their appearance? Thanks for watching Cinema&Psyche. I hope you liked today's video and make sure you come back for the next episode. It's going to be a good one.